Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thank you very much for joining me for today's video where I've got a little tiny roundup of everything I got made up in January 2026. So I'll link down below the playlist on my channel where I've got all my makes vlogs listed. So shall we get started and I'll walk you through what I did. So starting off with a little knitting project, and I finished a pair of socks, and here they are. You know I love making socks and I've made about 8 in the past year, but I cast on this pair in November because I did an advent cast on for a pair of Christmas socks. I wanted to kind of tide myself over in November because I was kind of between projects. So I started these in November in this beautiful yarn from a lovely shop, Olgas on Craft. I'll link that down below. Beautiful Van Gogh inspired yarn, really lovely to work with. So I cast these on. It's just a plain stockinette stitch. I do my usual fish lips kiss heel. It's on Ravelry, 3x1 rib, and then my knit front and back toe as well. Then they got put aside for December because I was doing my Christmas socks, and then I finished them off in January, and I'm very happy with how they came out, and I've been wearing them loads because of the horrible weather and they keep my toes lovely and toasty. So very happy with these. So that was my little knitting project. I did a few little bags. So first up was a project bag, and it's actually full of a project. So if I take that out quickly to show you. And this is my project bag. So this was kind of a project again for between projects when I was waiting for some hardware, and I loved making this. So it is loosely based on the So Can She project bag pattern, which is a free pattern, but I did a few alterations. So at the back, I wanted to do a little bit of FPP, a little bit of foundation paper piecing. I hadn't done that in a long time. And I found this fantastic sewing machine pattern on the Penny Spool Threads website. I'll link it down below. Then for the rest, I just used this lovely sewing notion fabric that I had you see on my sewing station here, and then it's bound in this beautiful button fabric that I got from my lovely friend Rita. It's got a nice hanging loop. Then the other side again, I'm just conscious that this is going to shine in my ring light. This little panel of the top, again a Specky seamstress label here, always crafting, which I love. My zip and zip pull are from the little sewing tree. Look at this little sewing machine zip pull, I just love it. And then this vinyl is just the fantastic vinyl that I got in my wonderful advent calendar from my fantastic friends Sam and Catherine. So I'll pop in a full-size picture of it here, but this vinyl is just so much fun. Look at all those sewing notions. It is just fantastic. And this, my plan for this was to make it very big to hold a larger project, and it fits the bill perfectly, and I've loved using this. So that was one little bag. My second bag pattern was a little bit more labour intensive, but this had been in my mind for a long time, and I am delighted with how it came out. And this is a laptop bag, and this pattern is the Ankor laptop bag, and it is by Country Cow Designs. I'd never made a Country Cow Designs pattern before, and I am delighted with how it came out. So this navy Mora fabric, kind of faux leather fabric, is from the Little Sewing Tree. She had a pre-order there much earlier, or late last year I think. Also I got the matching webbing from her as well, and then beautiful matching hardware. Look at this rose gold hardware. It is fantastic, and a beautiful zip there. It says handmade as well. I love how this all goes together. Then the cork fabric I picked up at the Knit and Stitch festival in November last year. I think it was from a shop called Fabric Chicks, and I just bought a roll of it, and I always wondered what I could do, but I think the navy and the cork match beautifully together. So I'm very happy with that, and this was just perfect to sew with. I had no issue sewing with this at all, even top stitching. Then for the lining, I put in a little order to my wonderful friend Orla. She has the fabric shop Sew What, and I got this fantastic bonded nylon fabric in this kind of cream colour, which I think matches beautifully. So this bonded nylon is fantastic because it's more kind of durable and you don't have to interface it. So I think this just matches perfectly. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm very happy with it. So on the outside, you've got the 2 panels here. Oh, Orla also popped in this fantastic handmade label here. Then on the back, you've got the 2 panels again, and this lovely boxed out bottom. Then on the inside, it's all lined in foam. So on the inside, you've got this little hanging loop here that you push your laptop into, and I've got a little Jasmine Web button here, which I think just looks lovely, a glittery one. And this is your laptop sleeve, which is all padded and protected, which is great. Then on the other side, you've got a lovely welt pocket, and then I popped in a fantastic Sarah Hart's handmade label here. So this welt pocket is lovely and roomy, again with the laptop, and I can fit loads in here. I'm just so happy. And then the hanging loop gets closed onto your little button, and the whole thing gets zipped up, and here is your very smart laptop case. So delighted with this, really happy. It had been in my mind for a long time, and I'm delighted with how it came out. The only difference I made was with the tabs here. I did one either side of the zip for a bit of stability. The pattern calls for both on the same side, but I like the stability of one on either side. The only change I made. So very, very nice and very, very happy with this. So that was my bags. Then moving on to some garments. I made baby French seams a little jumper for his birthday, and this is the Waves and Wild Adventure Raglan pattern. It's a little bit creased because it's just out of the wash. So here's his little jumper, which came out beautifully in leftover fabric from their shark costumes. Then I do the thumbs up cuff, which I just love. And then the bound neckline here. I have a link down below on how to do that, how to bind the neckline of a top. And then he's got a little cricket here that I did on my cricket, and then a lovely hemband as well. So the binding and this little party label are both from the Specky Seamstress in a little box I got late last year, which I think match beautifully because the binding has little birthday cakes on it, which I think is adorable, and he loves wearing this. You can tell it's a little bit grubby even though it's just out of the wash, but anyway, never mind. Things like this are made to be worn. I also made Mr. French Seams. Oops, that's my bag. Mr. French Seams something, because I don't really make him stuff very, very often. On my way to the Knit and Stitch last year, I knew that I was going very, very close to my wonderful friend Christine's beautiful fabric shop called Transform Fabrics. So I called in and I bought this fabric, which is just made for pajamas. It's a fantastic brushed cotton in this beautiful bluey colour. I just knew the second I saw it that it would be perfect for a pair of pajamas for Mr. French Seams, because he had kind of been asking for them and I kept kind of ignoring him, so I thought it really, really was time to make him something. So I picked up this. I think I got 2.5 meters. So these are the Ultimate Pyjamas by Sew Over It. So this isn't billed as a unisex pattern. I have made him a few pairs of these before and he does really, really like them. So the only difference I made is I put inseam pockets into them and then I attached them to the waistband so they don't flap around, and they went in perfectly. So nice long legs, and then I put in a little ribbon at the front to show front and back. He gets a little label, a Rosy Cheeks label saying made by my wife, and then he also gets another little Rosy Cheeks label that says night night sleep tight, which is adorable, and he absolutely loves them, and he's asked for another pair, which is again a fantastic sign. So I think these came out beautifully. Loved making them. Super, super speedy, and this fabric is just beautiful. It really, really is. I think she might have this in red, or she definitely did before. Watch this space. So that was a little thing for Mr. French Seams. Last but by no means least is what I'm wearing, and I love this. As soon as I saw this pattern being released, I thought I have to have it. Did I need another sweatshirt pattern? Absolutely not. But this has details that I don't have in another sweatshirt, so I thought I was justified. This is the Ellie and Mac Sage sweatshirt. So here it is in this beautiful black, bit of fluff, black fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. And I just use the same for the cuff and for the neckband as well. And then it just has a hemband down the bottom. So I put in a little label here as well. Where's it gone? Yes, little cocktail, little sewing machine label. So far, so ordinary in a sweatshirt. Nice kind of drop sleeve, beautiful fit. Love the fit on this. But of course, the USP, the unique selling point, is this fantastic stripe down the front. And this I was able to cut out from leftovers from my Christmas Eve skirt in this fantastic sequin fabric from Stitch Fabrics that I got at Stitch Festival last year. But then the other secret ingredient in this pattern is it has a secret pocket. And there's your little zip pocket. How fantastic is that? And it's set into the waist seam. How fantastic is that? I just think this is so much fun, and I loved making it. So I'll pop in the sizing that I made down below. Absolutely perfect. Love the sizing on this, and especially because they give you your I think they call it your waist seam. So basically you have to measure from here down to your natural waist, and it's graded for a certain size. I think it's graded for 8 inches, and mine when I measured was 9, so I add an inch to the bodice, and the fit is just perfect. It's spot on in this. I absolutely love it. I really do. I did bind the neckline in my beautiful personalized binding, so I'll pop in a close-up picture of that. So I absolutely love this. I will definitely make this pattern again. I think it comes together beautifully. It's so much fun. It's perfect for using up a tiny little bit of scrap from your favorite fabric. You could do color blocking all over. I think it's just a fantastic pattern. I do really like Ellie and Mac patterns actually. I don't make a huge amount of them, but when I do, I always really enjoy them. So delighted, and I feel totally justified that I needed this pattern in my life. So this was made up very quickly in January, straight after it got released. So that is everything I got made up in January. So I really enjoyed everything I made. Again, it was quite varied. It was knitting, it was bags, it was crafting, it was sewing, which I really enjoy. And of course, it was a few bits and bobs for other people as well, which is always very nice. So let me know if you have any comments on anything you saw here today. Let me know in the comment box below. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. If you like this video, I'd very much love it if you give me a thumbs up, and also please consider subscribing. And I will talk to you all again very soon in another video. Take care, everyone. Bye.